So this topic is near and dear to my heart, and I thought I'd never bring this up, but it needs to be said, it needs to be told, and I feel as if it may motivate other people. So I'm going to go say it now. Now, some of you are starting college, some of you are starting a new year at college at different levels. I have something to say to you. At any point in your collegiate career, if you feel like you've been unfairly given a grade and you feel like you have a case, file a grievance. About a decade ago, I went through something right before graduation, and my program coordinator promised me that I would be able to graduate with no problem. I even called him back to make sure that he was telling me the truth. My family and I went down for graduation that December, only to find out in January, when degrees were being handed out, that I was lied to. Which reminds me of another thing. If anything gets said, get it in writing. Turns out my university ended up throwing disciplinary action my way. So I filed a grievance. Initially, my university said no to my grievance, but then I came with the receipts, to which they decided to finally give me my degree with an asterisk. Essentially, I had to use that to go get in my master's program and just speed through everything. I hadn't planned to go back for my master's for years, so essentially this fast-tracked me all the way to my doctorate. And now I stand before you guys today as Dr. Taylor. Now that man still works at my undergraduate academic institution. I'm not sure if he's screwed anyone else, but I want everybody watching this who is a student to remember that schools are still businesses. They will put their own needs before yours. Now, some of you might be sitting there like, hey, why didn't you just go to a lawyer? The thing is, you have to go exhaust every legal option within the school before you go to a lawyer. So you can literally say you've done everything you could. My goal since when that happened was to make sure that nobody ever went through what I went through. Academic institutions are businesses just like everything else. They will throw you under the bus if needed. And there are corrupt people in there just like any other profession. Now, for the purposes of this video and, making sure that things are kept private in that regard, the school and the person that did screw me over shall remain anonymous. But I can tell you what, I wouldn't be where I am today if I hadn't gone through the grievance process and then filed an appeal and went all the way through and handled my business. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. Remember that. If you can't speak up for yourself, who are you going to speak up for? I also want to mention that my college didn't undergo any sort of due process with me. When you're doing poorly, it's supposed to be communicated to you. What I got was my midterm evaluation, which was flawless, by the way, with chicken scratch writing on the corners stating that I needed improvement by a certain date. No terms, no nothing, and 3 signatures at the bottom, which meant it wasn't even a legally binding contract. Which leads me to my last point, read the fine print. Now, I hope my story ends up helping out some college students somewhere at some point, because that's all I ever wanted out of this.